Welcome to this tutorial on the team page for Anthem. There's a few different styles we have going on here. We have this style here, which features the image grow technique from the image grow tutorial. So I won't go into that here, but so you could set this up here. I'll show you how to do that, as well as we have this kind of checkerboard grid here. And we have the same version but with some colors. So on the first version, basically what's important to note is we're using the person module, and so you'll want the section to have the CSS of Anthem person, and that will help you style it. And obviously the easiest thing to do would be to copy this section or to even copy this row here. So if I copy this row and I paste after, or I'm sorry, let me copy this row, paste after, and refresh the page. And then I can go into those duplicate ones, and then I can change whatever info and image that I would like, and the social media pieces. I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that. Down here, it's pretty similar where you have the persons, but if you notice, when I resize the page, and I'll bring this in here. Let me hide this too. When I resize the page, the default stacking order would be this image first, followed by this text, and then it's going to go down and show the image and text layouts are going to get switched. But I've coded this side up to where it stacks nicely 2 by 2, and then on single it stays with the image first, then text, image first, then text. And that's there's another tutorial that I'm doing on the stacking order for a 2-column layout. We use CSS Flexbox to switch that order on tablet and mobile. But since this is 4 columns, it's not quite that simple. And so we're actually using jQuery for this. And so I'll show you what that looks like. So basically, this is our head code. And here you'll see this team2 pick, insert before team2 text. And I'll show you where we're setting those at. So here's my row that I'm working in here. And in the custom CSS section, you'll see my column 1 ID is team1 pick, column 2 is team1 text. So team1 pick, team1 text. This is going to be 2 pick, 2 text, team3 text, team3 pick, and so on. So if you look at that, you'll start to see a in that row, and then this row here is where it's going to start going team3 text, and then team3 pick. This is probably one of the more detailed layouts of the theme, but those IDs come in handy because that's what we're using here in this code to say, hey, basically, I'll pull it up in the editor. Basically, if the window width is greater than or equal to 980, then make sure the picture is before the text here, make sure this text is before this picture, and so on. And then if the window is between 481 and less than 981, then these items are going to happen. I'm actually going to comment this out so you can kind of see what it does. So I'll comment that out, and I'll paste this in here, and I'll save changes. I'll refresh the page, and at first nothing's going to be different because this is the default layout. But now, as I resize this page, we get down to 2 by 2, and now it's doing the default stacking order. And so that's not obviously what we want. And then when I get down to mobile, it gets even a little trickier with picture, text, and then text, picture, and that's just the default stacking that it does. It's just basically taking these and stacking them next to each other. So that's why you got the divider here is the picture holder, and then the person is the text content. And so this on tablet, this divider is sliding under here, under this one. This person is sliding under this person, and that's why you're getting the divider holder, which holds the image, person, text, divider, image, person, text. And so that jQuery reorders everything on the fly so that it fixes that. And again, these dividers, these are just spacers, because the actual image for this first person here, so this guy here, Jason Williams, his image is actually being set in this row. Under advanced design settings, you'll see column 1 background image, and that's Jason's picture. That way his picture always fills the space and it doesn't overlap or cause the grid to break. So when you go to edit this, let me go ahead and uncomment this. It might take a little while to edit it, but as you look through it here, you'll start to see a pattern. And so basically this part here is desktop, this here is tablet, and then this here is mobile. So I'll copy this now and I will paste it in. So if you had more than 8 team members, you would just keep calling those team members, team 9 pick, team 9 text, team 10 pick, team 10 text, and so forth. Or you could have the IDs be their name or something like that, but it has to be unique. It can't be the same. It can't be shared with other ones, or else it'll start to jack it up. Alright, so I've saved these theme options. So again, I haven't refreshed this page, so the problem's still going to occur with the stacking order. But now, if I refresh the page, now when I go down, I see that it's keeping the checkerboard, and then it's reordering it again on mobile to show the image first and the text. And you'll notice that I have 8 team members. Well, here's the first 4, and then I'm using 5 through 8 down here. And down here with these color backgrounds, all I'm doing is going into the person module, setting the color to light, and then I'm going into the row settings here. And again, I'm setting the column 1 background image. For this one is the guy here, Jason, his image. And then the column 2 is going to have this blue background. Column 3, background image for Emma. Column 4 is her purple background. And then the next row, it actually switches because it starts with the text. And so that column 1 background color is the orange. And then we have the picture for Michael. And then Sarah's text with the pink background. And then her photo. Again, the easiest way to do this is to copy these. But this is the one part of the theme where to expand it, if you want to use this checkerboard technique, it's going to take some additional work on your part to go in and add the code here for the additional team members. So that is the page section, or the teams. That's the team page for Anthem. and we'll see you in the next tutorial.